and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos today. So I've got my cup of tea here. I'm ready for a chat. I'm sorry if you can hear the builders outside. I'm not trying to manifest it, but I'm manifesting that they go on a lovely tea break and let me peacefully film this video. But it's always funny, like all week, you never hear them. Wednesday at 11 o'clock when I sit down to film, they're like, right, Emma's filming, let's go. And I know people say, why don't you just film at another time? But unfortunately, I have to schedule my life down to a T, which is probably what the theme of this video is going to be actually. So it is hard to just film later or just film a different day, because obviously I have set days for stuff, which again is a tip in this video. So this correlates really well. And yeah, like I have appointments and clients and work, and it's just so it's one of those things. But anyway, I hope it's not too distracting. So this video was asked for by quite a lot of you, and I thought it'd be a really interesting one to film actually, and it's all about how to stay motivated and productive with YouTube and blogging. So shock horror, I have been doing my blog and YouTube for over 6 years. 6, actually I think YouTube's 5, blogging 6, YouTube's 5 years, and to me I'm like, that's half a decade. Where has this time gone? And I always say to my clients, like, I've always left my first ever videos up because I'm just not one of these people who would hide them. Like, yes, they're cringy, yes, they're terrible, but I think it just actually shows realness and it shows authenticity of like, we all start in the same place. So if you are one of these people who thinks that, oh, I can't do this because look how confident Emma is, look how great she is, please go and watch my first few videos. You will die inside, you will cry with laughter and be like, oh my god, is that the same person? And practice, oh my god, like, you know, just actually going and doing these things is what helps you. So the ways I, you know, stay motivated and productive is, like I said, by scheduling my time every week. So again, this is like another tip I give my business clients of when they're like, I just don't know how I can like launch this new product or launch a podcast or take on a blog, take on a YouTube on top of everything else I do. And a lot of people say to me like, Emma, how on earth do you do everything you do single-handedly with no team and edit everything? Like, I edit all my own stuff, I don't outsource. The only things I outsource are proofreading, copywriting, and some like other legal stuff, because my VA's like got legal background, so obviously that's what I would outsource for the kind of professional side of things. Obviously my book needs to be proofread, courses need to be proofread, that sort of thing. So that's the only thing I outsource because I'm not so confident in that. But obviously editing I do all myself, filming, you know, emails, admin, accountancy things, you know, I do all of that myself. So obviously all these things take up time, and the one thing which I say to everybody is like, have a set schedule. So have your like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You could like have a desk planner for this, or you could just have it on a Word document or whatever, you know, whatever's easier for you. And each day you, or, you know, especially if you're working as well, like, you know, a part-time job or a full-time job, and you're kind of wanting to do this on the side, it's really important to schedule your time properly. So for instance, for me, on a Monday, I know that is my send newsletter day. So in the morning, as soon as I get up, I need to do my newsletter and send that out to people. I also know that I need to post on my Pinterest. I also know that I need to post on my Instagram. I know that I need to do my affirmation for the day. I know that I need to record and upload a podcast for the week, you know, the next week coming, because my podcast goes out on a Monday. So I also know I need to share that week's podcast episode. So I will schedule down the same tasks each week of like, that's what happens on a Monday. And on a Monday, my diary's open late as well for coaching clients, because I have like quite a lot of like Australian and American clients. So I do have to do evenings, and I find that Monday is a much better day for me to do evenings. So I'll leave my calendar open. So sometimes I do podcasts quite late, like interviews with American people on a Monday night, or I'll do like business coaching and life coaching. So I know that's what my Monday always consists of. Then on a Tuesday, it is a blog post day, it is a chores around the house day. So, you know, I have to schedule my personal chores in as well, because otherwise they'd never get done. So like for me, I know this is like really boring, but like I do my washing on a Tuesday. I take my bins out on a Tuesday because I know it's bin day. I will do my skincare routine on a Tuesday because I know I don't need to wear makeup that day. So I can like do, you know, my skincare routine. I don't have to wear makeup, and I know I'm going to Zumba that night. So again, I don't need to, you know, look great for anybody because I only do audio calls. So I'll do probably a lot of coaching that day as well. So my coaching calendar will be open all through that week. But yeah, so I'll do coaching on a Tuesday, blog post on a Tuesday because that comes out on a Thursday. So can you just see, like, each week I'm like basically getting myself organized and knowing what timeframes I have to do stuff by to obviously make sure that everything comes out on time. So obviously a Tuesday is a YouTube day as well, so I'll make sure that the video is edited. It will be uploaded from the week before, but obviously like descriptions, links, tags, things like that, ready to share at 6 p.m. on the Tuesday. Then on a Wednesday, like today, I know that is a YouTube filming day, so I will film 2 YouTube videos in the morning, and I will know that my Tesco shop comes on a Wednesday morning, so my food's sorted. And in the afternoon on a Wednesday, obviously I'll have to edit my videos, so that will take me up about till lunchtime. And then I know that basically I have an afternoon for coaching, I have an afternoon to ship merchandise, I have an afternoon to basically do any kind of emails I need to respond to, articles I need to write, like anything extra I need to do out of my own work. I know that a Wednesday afternoon is quite good for that. It's also a good time for me to go and get my nails done once a month. So, you know, I have to schedule all my appointments into these days. So on a Thursday, I know that Thursday is more of a flexible day. I know I need to share my blog post, and on a Thursday is basically a day of writing my book because that needs to be done. And it's also a day of anything else I need to do. So any chores around the house, any personal things, if I need to go to appointments, if I need my hair done, if basically just, yeah, coaching sessions I also do on a Thursday as well. And a mix of things. Thursday is definitely a mix of things. It's just wrapping up the week. So then Friday in the morning, I will reply to any emails, I will do admin work, I will basically tie up any loose ends for the week. I normally do some coaching sessions on a Friday as well, and then I normally like to take Friday off if I can, if it's quiet. So then I kind of have a 3-day weekend, which is epic. But really, like when I say a 3-day weekend, I know that at the weekend I do work, so it's not all fun and games. I do work, and especially with writing a book, yeah, that's been taking up my time as well to kind of meet my deadline as such. So my whole point of explaining my week to you is this is how you stay motivated, this is how you stay productive, is by scheduling in each week. Like Wednesday is a YouTube day, Tuesday is a blog post day, Monday is a podcast day, Thursday is a life coaching day, like whatever it may be in your brand or business, like make sure each week you know like what day you're doing stuff. Because for me, it allows myself to like look glam when I need to. I know that sounds stupid, but like simple things like, you know, like washing your hair the night before, looking glam, like I can schedule that all into my week so it all flows. And then some days I get to have makeup free days. You know, I know what days I can take on new tasks, I know what days I can take on new projects, I know what days I'm definitely busy. Obviously my coaching clients, my business clients, it works all into this. So organization is so freaking key, because that's when it allows me to look at my schedule and say, right, can I take on this project? Can I take on this new task? Can I launch this new thing? How can I work that into, you know, my working week? How can I work that into stuff? And also, you know, it will depend on how in demand my coaching is as well. So for instance, if I'm having a quiet few weeks, I know that's the perfect time to start a new project. I know that's the perfect time to design some merchandise. I know that's the perfect time to do my tax return that I don't want to do. So it's really about like looking at like windows of opportunity and looking at gaps and really like utilizing those gaps instead of sitting around and doing nothing. It's like, okay, what could I do now which myself in 3 weeks time is going to thank me for? So like that tax return, you know, I did it 2 months early because I was like, actually in October, like when it's due, I've got a book deadline and I'm going to be pulling my hair out about the book. I don't want to be doing that. So when I had a quiet time in August, I was like, get it done. And I got it done in a day and it was fine and it was less painful than I thought it would be. But like all these things need to be done. So really it's about staying ahead of yourself. And this is another tip I give my business clients of, I'm always working 6 months ahead of myself. So obviously like videos, podcasts, you know, things like that, blog posts, they are written about a week before, filmed or created a week before, sometimes a little bit more. So obviously they're not done 6 months ahead, but my merchandise products, you know, I'm already thinking about what I'm launching kind of like spring, summer next year. You know, I'm already thinking about what I'm doing. I'm like getting booked up for speaking events. So really, you know, planning your year 6 months and ahead is wise, because you can kind of look at your quarters and say, right, what is my focus this quarter? Like, what do I want to achieve? What things do I want to launch? So let me strip it down for you, for those who are just starting and are like, I don't even have all of this. The best way to do this is to create a vision board, and I've said this in one of my other videos. Create a vision board for your business. So look at all the different areas, like explore, you know, maybe a mind map is a better way of saying it. So you can use pictures, you can use words, whatever feels good for you, and like, you know, put your name, put your brand in the middle, and then kind of stalk off into a mind map of all the different areas you kind of want to look into, whether it's podcasts, writing a book, YouTube, blogging, coaching, whatever it may be. And then, like, you know, write down what that looks like. How many hours a week do you work? How much do you earn? Do you know what I mean? Like, just really explore each avenue with that. And what you can do from that is then look at that and say, like, right, what feels good to me to focus on right now? Should I focus on that podcast? Should I focus on that YouTube? Should I focus on launching a blog? Like, what feels good to me? So really it's about breaking each kind of point down into like a monthly task or a monthly goal that is achievable to you, instead of looking at like 7 different things you can launch and thinking like, shit, which one? How do I do that all together? Like, it's always best, and this is what I say to everybody, it's always best to do one thing at a time and learn it well, do it well, and launch it well, rather than like spreading yourself too thinly and trying to like learn social media or learn new tools or platforms or launch something or do stuff, because at the end of the day you're going to burn out, which is never good, and secondly it's going to stress you out, and not all of your energy is going to be in that one thing. So you want to make sure that all of your energy is in there, that it's your best work, and that it is the, you know, it feels good when it comes out. It's not rushed, it's not half-hearted, you know, it's your best freaking work. So focus on one thing, whether it's over a month, 2-month period, whatever it may be. Focus on one thing at a time and prioritize that. So that's how you can kind of stay productive as such. And I guess, like, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people are like, well, what gets you up every day at 7 a.m? Like, even on weekends, like I wake up the same time every day because I don't know, like, I just like it, and it gets me motivated and it keeps me being productive, so I can have a 3-day weekend. Do you know what I mean? So I like being able to do that, because then even on weekends I can wake up, do my work early, and then go out and socialize, go out and have fun. So for me, like, it's just making it really manageable, and knowing that, like, you know, what could really help is just really scheduling this out. So having that 5 or 7 day schedule, like I said, of what day you do different tasks on, and like block out time. So what really helps me is to plan my day hour by hour. So I have a Google Calendar where my clients, podcast guests, so like life coaching, business coaching, all my podcast guests, and my authors I mentor as well, can all book out that calendar. So I then put my personal commitments in there, events I'm doing, you know, anything which I need to block out, basically I put in that calendar. So that calendar tells me every day what I need to do, how much time I have free to do other things, like, you know, like on a Tuesday, like where can I put that blog post in to write it? Is it in the afternoon? Is it in the morning? So that's how I live my life. And then I have a written calendar as well, or diary should I say, where each day it has a to-do list. So I know I write all my to-dos down of what I need to do, and you know, it's good for me to have that visual aid as well as electronic aid, because then I get reminders on my phone, obviously like 15 minutes before an appointment or 15 minutes before something, and also I know in written format like the tasks and actions I need to complete that day. So I definitely would recommend having a physical calendar or a physical diary where you can obviously schedule out your to-do list or schedule out your tasks for the day. And I'd also suggest having a digital one, for, you know, just for that simplicity of like, everybody who needs to book in with you has one calendar, they can see your availability, and it's not cross-wiring, and you can obviously know what you're doing as well, which is the most important thing. But in terms of like the motivation to do all of this, I think because I enjoy what I do, and this is so key, like I say it to a lot of people, don't do these things because you think it's the right thing to do. Do these things because you genuinely, like, you have a fire in your belly to do it. Because I see it so much with clients. They'll be like, I need to do a podcast, I need to launch a blog, I need to launch a YouTube channel. And when I delve into it, I'm like, but do you? Or do you just feel that that's the thing you should do because everybody else is doing it? So really make sure that your goals are your own, because if you're not feeling motivated, it means something's out of alignment here. Like, I wake up every day and genuinely enjoy every single aspect of my business. Yes, I hated that tax return, but do you know what I mean? I do it once a year, like it's not much. And I know that that is one little compromise or sacrifice I have to make for all the joy my business brings me. So, you know, like, yes, admin can suck. Yes, you know, replying to emails and doing all that side of thing can suck, and editing, you know, the editing side does take a lot of time, like videos, podcasts, like, but at the end of the day, I'm so enjoying doing it. I don't really care. Like, I can literally sit and write emails as well as editing at the same time. So I multitask like a boss. So when I'm editing a video, when I'm editing a podcast, I'm not just sat there looking at that screen. I'm doing like 3 different things at a time to save myself some time. So I do definitely utilize the time that I do take to do kind of, you know, the time consuming things, definitely. But you know, if you really don't enjoy them, then look into a VA. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I do it to save money. I do it because I know, like, I'm a Virgo, I'm a perfectionist. Like, I'm like, no, this needs to be done my way because it would be quicker. It's so much easier when I just do these things, and teaching someone, sending over the files, you know, like videos and podcasts are big files. So sending that over to someone and them getting it right, like, I then have to listen to that whole thing again to make sure they've got it right, so I might as well have just done it in the first place. That's how I view it anyway. But there's nothing wrong, you know, if you have a VA or you look for a VA, there's nothing wrong with that. So if they can help you with your editing, with your podcast, with your email outreach, with your newsletter, whatever it may be, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. So if you have the finances to be able to do that, then absolutely do it. But especially when you're a small business starting up, like, you've got to be wise with your money. You've got to be sensible with your cash flow. And some people just think that they have to outsource everything to have all this time, but really, what are you doing with all that free time? Like, I noticed that. I was like, okay, so like when I had my VA for extreme couponing, my previous business, I had all this free time, which obviously allowed me to start this business. But at first I was like, what am I doing? Like, I've got nothing to do now, which obviously spurred me on to do this. So it all worked out fine. But obviously what you need to realize is having a VA costs money, and you need to be making sure you're utilizing your time. So if having a VA generally does free up your time to take on new projects, great. If you're not doing anything with that free time, do it yourself, because you need to have that passion. Like, you know, and I think that's what I do have, is that passion. Like, I love what I do. I love being creative. I love being visual. I love creating things online. Like, that is my passion. That's why I love what I do so much. So if you're not feeling motivated, if you're not feeling productive, then something's out of alignment. And that's, you know, and actually a really good example of this was my YouTube recently. Like, I was kind of feeling for a while, I was like, I love filming videos. I love it. Like, there's nothing wrong with me wanting to film my videos. I love filming them and talking about loads of different topics. But my YouTube channel in general was not feeling in alignment. I didn't feel as motivated with it as I normally do. And it went on for a couple of months, and I was like, nah, something's out of alignment here. And it was simply by just changing the channel artwork, like the banner, updating a few things and updating the thumbnails, because I'd got really lazy with the thumbnails as well. Like, I was just using the same thing every week, and I was like, oh no. So literally by just updating the thumbnails, updating like the banner image, and just injecting new energy, I think, into it, the whole thing changed. I was like, oh my God, yes. There's that passion back. There it is. So tweaks like that can be really what is key with finding that purpose again, finding that motivation and productivity. But you've got to want to do it. And this is why I say, like, this is why I really challenge my clients with saying, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because if you haven't got that motivation, I think that's saying that you need to focus on something else, or you need to reevaluate what your goals are. Because are you just doing this because everyone else is doing it? Because if you really wanted to do it, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You'd be like, yeah, I'm really enjoying it, it's really fun, like it's really good. So scheduling time is normally the first thing which people fail on, is having a set schedule or plan of action as such for the week ahead. So I would definitely suggest doing that to help. Secondly, reevaluate your goals. Are they your goals, or are you doing them because you feel other people are doing them and that's the right thing to do? And also, like, I see it with YouTube, a lot of the, like, you know, when my clients have come to me and said, I'm just not enjoying YouTube anymore, I'm like, it's because you're not making content that's aligned with you. You know, stop making videos because you think they're gonna go viral, or you think that because everybody else has done it on YouTube that you should do it and it will be a success for you. I fell into this trap many moons ago and it did nothing for me. It did nothing. My channel didn't grow, my views were shit, and basically I was just miserable because I wasn't actually really creating content I truly felt aligned to. And this is probably before my spiritual stuff. This is more in my like blogging days. And then as soon as I was like, do you know what, sod it, no, I want to talk about spirituality, I want to talk about law of attraction, I want to talk about all the things that make me really happy and set my soul on fire, it changed. People started finding my videos, the views started going up because the energy behind it was aligned. The energy behind it was good. It wasn't just, I'm doing that to get clickbait or anything. Like, I just do not even agree with any of that stuff, but it was actually, it felt good to me, sort of thing. And you know, like I see it all the time, like especially in the law of attraction industry on YouTube, like people being like, change the way you look, manifest this in X amount of seconds, and it's like clickbait to the high heavens. And actually, like, when you actually think about it, none of those things are possible. Like, you know, yes, you can manifest things in a certain amount of seconds, but actually I always say, is that always the best thing to do? Because if we were to manifest things like that, like, let's think about it, like, we'd be manifesting shit we really don't want, and like, you know, things which maybe aren't for our highest good. So I always say actually taking time with your manifestations and taking time with things is always a good thing. And also with like manifesting, changing your features. Like, I get emails all the time from people like saying, Emma, I want to work with you because I want to change how my face looks or anything like that. And I reply saying, I want to work with you to work on your self-love, not to change yourself. And they don't like it. They don't like it, and they won't book in because they don't like that I've come back and said, I'm not going to help you manifest this. I'm going to help you manifest a better relationship with yourself so you can feel at peace with how you are right now and love yourself, because it's not possible for your nose to just change shape. It's not possible. Yes, you can manifest losing weight, absolutely, but I'm just like, you know, there's a lot of shit being put out in the industry to get clickbait and to get views, and I'm like, these people are obviously not in alignment, because really, is that the message we want to be sending out? Is that really the purpose of law of attraction and spirituality, to appeal to people's egos and convince them they can do these things, when actually we need to be addressing the underlying blocks and the real issue here to heal that, so then the cover issue the person comes to you with isn't the issue at all. So anyway, that's a whole nother debate, but like, this is what I mean. Like, don't film videos because you want clickbait or you think that that's going to entice people in. Don't do it. Why would you do it? Like, don't falsely advertise something because people just get pissed off. You're just going to get a ton of dislikes because people will be like, oh, well, I thought I was coming to this video for this, like that shit. And it's just not good for you. Like, it's not going to feel in alignment. So definitely focus on what brings you joy and focus on you. Like, that's what I always do. Like, all the ideas and inspiration I have for videos obviously come from you guys. If you recommend, like, if you ask for stuff, you know, if something's like, you know, quite, you know, potent for me, or I've kind of experienced that, I will kind of talk about that, you know, different topics, and just what I generally feel guided to. I'm very intuition led with what my blog posts, podcasts and YouTube videos are each week. I definitely follow my intuition, so do that, trust that, tune into that, because that's where your passion's gonna lie, that's where your motivation's gonna lie, not in looking what everybody else is doing or trying to create content for views or for success, or do you know what I mean? Like, if you have the intention of creating something to help people or to just bring joy into someone's life, it will always be right. And that's where you normally find the most aligned and successful content is. And that's definitely what I found in my time. So definitely reevaluate that for yourself, and get organized, schedule your week, reevaluate your goals, and just make sure that it feels in alignment to you. And if it doesn't, then tweak it. You know, like I said about the vision board, if it doesn't feel good to start that thing yet, don't. Look at something else. Start something that does feel good to you, because that's, you know, the passion and the motivation that you need to be able to execute that goal, to execute that new thing you're doing. So that's my best advice on how to stay motivated and productive on YouTube and blogging. But be strict with yourself, have a structure, because you will stick to it if it's in alignment. So if you're not sticking to it, something's out of whack. And whether it's yourself, maybe you need to do some self-development, like some work on yourself and your personal life, or it's like actually the content you're posting is maybe a bit out of whack, it's maybe not in alignment quite to your truth at the moment. So maybe it's a case of tweaking that and thinking, right, what do I really want to talk about? What really brings me joy? And that's what I always do. I always talk about things that bring me joy and bring me happiness, because the passion and energy behind that is what is going to reach people and help people. So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. I really hope this video has helped you. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. And don't forget, you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. So I hope you have a great week, whatever you're up to. I hope this video has helped you. Let me know your tips and, you know, any advice you have for people, or you've experienced yourself with staying productive and motivated with YouTube and blogging. And I hope you have a great week, whatever you're up to, and I will see you in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.